This one feature here completely changes what Vectric software can do. And if you're using VCarve Desktop or VCarve Pro, this might be the biggest upgrade you've gotten without switching to Aspire. Vectric's new EasyCreate AI tool is not just another AI gimmick. It unlocks workflows that literally were not possible with VCarve before. Hey, I'm Kyle Ely from Learn Your CNC. I've been beta testing the Vectric EasyCreate tool before it was publicly released, and I've already used it in real life projects with students inside of our private community. A lot of videos show you what EasyCreate is. In this video, I want to show you why it actually changes VCarve forever and what makes it different from other AI tools. And if you get value from videos like this, make sure you're subscribed. I post Vectric and CNC tips all the time. So before we get started in the cool stuff, I want to quickly explain what EasyCreate actually is, because if you never used an AI tool before, it can sound a little bit weird. At the basic level, an AI tool is just something you can give a prompt to, like a description. You can upload an image and it generates something new for you. And honestly, you probably messed around with at least one AI tool by now, even if it was just typing in a question to ChatGPT or using one of those apps that turn a prompt into a photo. EasyCreate is Vectric's version of that idea, but built specifically for making stuff that we can actually use for CNC work. And just so you know, if you want to check out the EasyCreate for yourself, as we go through this, I'll put a link down in the description where you can go right to the tool. So here's what it does. You can either create an image from scratch using your own prompt, or you can upload an image you already have, like a photo, a logo, or even a sketch. Then EasyCreate turns that into a 3D relief model, meaning it's designed specifically for carving with the CNC router. And another big thing, this is web-based. So it doesn't matter if you're using a Windows computer, a Mac, a tablet, or even your phone. If you can open a browser and log in, you can generate these models. Now, personally, I still like using a computer myself because downloading the files and staying organized is just a little bit easier, but you're not locked into one device, which is really cool. And here's the part that matters a lot for Vectric users. EasyCreate works with any version of VCarve or Aspire. So even if you're running something older like VCarve Desktop version 8, you can still use this tool. That's because EasyCreate exports in a standard Vectric V3M file format, which Vectric has supported for years. So you don't need to upgrade your software just to use this tool. And one thing a lot of people don't know is it doesn't stop with just CNC routers. EasyCreate can also export TIFF grayscale height maps, which means it also works with other software too. For example, if you're using something like Lightburn for laser engraving, you can bring those TIFF files and engrave a 3D style depth image on a laser machine. That makes this useful not just for CNC routers, but also shops that can do CNC and laser work. Another thing I like is EasyCreate uses a credit system, not a subscription. So you buy credits and then you spend them when you generate the images or 3D models. Now, one important detail, those credits do expire after 36 months from when you buy them, and they are not transferable. However, that gives you plenty of time to use them within 3 years. But the biggest difference is you're not paying every month. It's more of a budget-friendly, use it when you need it setup, which I think is especially great for hobbyists and small shops. So now that you know a little bit about what EasyCreate is and how it fits into your setup, let me show you the first feature that really made me stop and pay attention. Most AI tools like this let you do one thing. You can either upload an image and turn it into 3D, or you generate something from scratch. EasyCreate lets you do something different. It lets you edit the image with AI first, and then turn that edited image into a 3D model. So before I show you how this works, let me just show you the final result. This started out as a completely normal photo of me, Todd, and Becky from Vectric, and this is what EasyCreate turned it into. It's the same three people, but a completely different scene. This is the feature that really got me excited. Instead of going straight to 3D, I used the custom enhance feature. This lets me describe how I want the image changed before it even becomes a 3D model. So now let me show you how I did that. So here we are inside of Vectric EasyCreate. And like I said, there is a link down in the description if you want to check this out. Before you get started, you do have to log in with your Vectric portal account, and you'll have to buy some credits. We'll talk about the pricing later, but to use this feature, you're going to go to the upload feature. You can click upload at the top or directly on the home page here. So when you click upload, that will take you to this page where you can upload your own image. So you can either drag and drop an image here, or you can click on this and choose your photo. Here's the example image we're going to get started with, and click open. That will upload the image directly into EasyCreate. So this is the part where you can enhance the image. You can either do just a regular enhancement, which does cost 1 credit, Or what we're going to be looking at here is a custom enhance feature. Now you also have the ability to skip the enhancement down at the bottom. That will just skip this and just use the image as is. However, this is a very overlooked tool that many people don't use, and that's that custom enhancement. So I'm going to click on that. When I do that, you'll see it allows you to put in a prompt. And in this prompt, you can customize however you want this image to look. So whatever you type in here, it will do its best to make the changes on that picture with your custom prompt. So I typed a prompt up here that I'm going to take this and copy it and paste it in here. And you'll see this prompt just says, edit these 3 people to be on a beach with coconut drinks in their hands and sunglasses on their face with a tropical beach scene in the background. So as you can see, it's not too complicated. You can describe it as much as you want. And of course, the more descriptive you are, the better it will usually come out. So once you're happy with your prompt, this will cost 1 credit. You're gonna click enhance, and that will do its magic and take maybe a few seconds to a minute to enhance your image. All right, once it's done, you're gonna be able to see it right on screen, all of the changes. So look at that, it's really cool. It took the original photo of us 3 and completely changed what this looks like. And it really looks nice. One other thing I would show you as a tip, if you wanna save this as an image as well, you can right click on the image and click save image as, and that will save it to your computer as well, so you can use it for other things if you wanted to. But you do not have to do that. You can keep it as is. There's another option to remove the background, but in this case, I wouldn't really want to do that since we added the background in, but that is an option. If you want to click on that, it will do its best to remove the background. Sometimes you'll have mixed results on that, so that's something you can play around with. The other option is to crop the image. So if you wanted to crop out some of the border like this, so you're just getting the image itself, you can do that as well. And if you're happy with it, you can click check, or you can cancel that clicking the X. If I click the check mark there, it'll crop it. And now we have just the image with the enhancements. So once you're done with that, you will scroll down and click create model. And this will cost an additional 4 credits. Total, this entire workflow will cost 5 credits, which is about 50 cents, which is really reasonable in my opinion. So once we click generate model, this will generally take a little bit longer and it will generate into a full custom 3D model based on that image. And look at that. Now we have our 3D model fully custom and ready to carve right from the beginning here. And then of course, there's a lot of different settings you can change for getting more enhancement on this and more detail. You can scale it, you can edit the height curves, and if it's warped, sometimes you get a little bit of a warping. You can customize that all throughout here in your different settings. There's a lot of different things you can do. You can add height at the bottom. You can bring up the background. So there's so much things you can do. These are something you'll definitely have to play around with, and it'll end up coming out really nice and professional. And as you can see, it looks like the 3 of us are on a beach from this image. And then, like I said, you can edit this as much as you want. And whenever you're done editing and you're happy with it, you can click the download button to download it right to your computer and then import into your Vectric software or any other external software that you want to use. So now that you've seen the full workflow to custom enhance photos, this didn't start out as a perfect image. It started out as a regular photo. The key difference is EasyCreate lets you change the story of the image first and then turn it into a 3D model. That one extra step completely changes how useful this is for CNC work. You're no longer stuck with whatever photo you're given. From a CNC standpoint, this is huge news. So think about what this unlocks for you in your CNC workflow. You can make custom GIFs, you can make fun themed projects, you can take a customer photo and turn it into something totally different, or you can even just fix bad lighting or boring backgrounds in images that you have. You're not just converting images anymore, you're using AI as part of the design process. Now, could you model something like this by hand? Sure, probably eventually. But this took minutes, not hours or days or even months of learning the software. And remember, you don't have to love the first results. You can tweak the prompt, regenerate it, and keep dialing it in if you need it to. Now, here's where this really starts to matter for VCarve users because of how this file saves. And this is something I want to be really honest for a second. Right now, EasyCreate only gives you 2 export options, V3M files and TIFF files. And yeah, I do wish Vectric added other formats like STL because that's pretty standard with a lot of other tools. And I've seen plenty of people asking for that too. But here's the flip side, and this is the part that really actually matters if you use VCarve. We never had the ability to create and save custom 3D models in a V3M format like this before. And honestly, that changes everything for VCarve users. V3M is Vectric's native 3D file format. You cannot save V3M with any other software out there. So when you bring one of these EasyCreate models into VCarve, it's treated like a built-in piece of Clipart, not an external 3D file. That means it does not count towards your 3D import limit. For VCarve Desktop and VCarve Pro users especially, this is massive news. You can now generate and use multiple custom 3D models in a single project. You can layer them, you can clip them, you can merge them, you can build full 3D projects without needing a spire. Just think about how much more this unlocks for you. Instead of designing everything from scratch, you're assembling projects and using your own custom 3D models. And it gets even better. You can take these V3M files and save them directly into your Clipart library. Once they're there, they behave just like any other piece of Vectric Clipart. You can drag and drop them into any future project. If you want to learn exactly how to do that, I'll put a link in the description and in the corner of this video that walks you through saving your own custom models to the Clipart library step by step. That workflow alone can save you a ton of time searching for those files. So yeah, I would love to see STL exports added in the future, but for VCarve users, being able to create and save unlimited V3M models is something we simply did not have before. And that's why this feature is such a big deal. And honestly, this is just one way that AI can fit into your CNC workflow. EasyCreate is powerful, but it's really part of a bigger picture when it comes to using AI with CNC machines. So if you want to explore more ideas like this, I put together a free PDF called the Ultimate AI Guide for CNC Projects. It breaks down different ways you can use AI with your CNC, not just for 3D models, but for things like design ideas, project planning, prompts, and workflow inspiration. It's totally free and you can grab it using the link in the description or just scan the QR code on the screen. It's a really good resource if you're curious about AI, but you don't want to go down those random rabbit holes. All right, now let's talk about the pricing side of EasyCreate because I've seen a lot of discussion around this. And honestly, when you step back and look at the numbers, EasyCreate is actually one of the cheapest ways to create a 3D model. So here's how it works. $20 gets you 200 credits. Generating a full 3D model usually costs about 4 to 5 credits. So realistically, that means for about $20, you can make at least 40 3D models. And if you're uploading your own images without any enhancements, you can push that closer to 50 models. Now compare that to buying 3D models online. On Vectric's own Design and Make store, most 3D models are anywhere from $5 to $75 each. So for the price of one model, you can generate dozens of custom ones with EasyCreate. And that's not even factoring in time. If you're going to design a 3D model like this from scratch, you're talking hours or days, depending on the complexity. EasyCreate turns that into minutes. When you factor in time saved, this is easily one of the most cost-effective options out there. I've also seen people say things like Vectric shouldn't charge for credits, or why does the image generation cost 1 credit? And here's the reality. Every time you generate an image or a 3D model, it actually costs Vectric money to run those AI systems in the background. They're not just doing this for free, they're passing that cost on to us. And honestly, they're passing it on very cheaply compared to most AI tools out there. And if you really want to stretch your credits, there's a great workaround. You can use other AI tools to generate images first. Sometimes you can find those for free online. And then you can upload the final images you like into EasyCreate and turn that into a 3D model. That way you're only spending the credits where it actually matters generating those 3D models, not going back and forth on your image generations. So when you look at the cost per model, the time saved, and the fact that you can reuse these over and over, EasyCreate is honestly one of the most budget-friendly ways to get into your own custom 3D work. All right, now I want to show you some real examples of actual projects made by members inside of our Learn Your CNC Academy community using the EasyCreate software. This is where it really clicks what this tool is capable of. This one's from Wayne. He made a custom dog leash holder using real images of his dog's face for the sign, and then he created separate 3D models of the paws for the hooks. Both the face and the paws were created with EasyCreate. This is a perfect example of how powerful it is to generate multiple custom models and assemble them into one single project. This next one's from Dwight. He created multiple views of a classic Shelby Cobra, and he turned them into this cool 3D sign. Each view was generated with EasyCreate and then carved together inside of a spire. And this one here is pretty cool. Doug created a realistic 1911 style 3D model using EasyCreate. And the level of depth and detail here is something that would normally take a long time to model by hand. And instead, this was generated with a prompt and ready to carve in a fraction of the time. And these last examples are ones that I made. These are custom 3D Christmas ornaments and snow globes using the 3D model made from a real photo of my wife and me, generated with EasyCreate. Then I combined that with some of the free Clipart from Vectric to build a finished project. This is where EasyCreate really shines, mixing personal custom models with existing design elements. What all these projects have in common is this: they're personal, they're custom, and they'd be extremely time consuming to design from scratch. EasyCreate turns ideas and images into something you can actually cut within minutes. So at this point, you've seen what it is, how it works, how much it costs, and what people are actually making with it. So before I wrap this up, I want to be really clear about who EasyCreate is for and who it probably is not for, because this tool is powerful, but it's not meant to replace everything. EasyCreate is a great fit if you're someone who uses VCarve and you want to do more 3D without jumping straight into Aspire. It's also perfect for hobbyists who want to make more interesting projects, people doing custom gifts or one-off designs, small shops that want to save time on 3D modeling, or anyone that works from photos, ideas, or reference images. If you ever thought, I wish I can turn this picture into something that I can actually carve, this tool makes that possible. Now, EasyCreate probably isn't the right tool if you're looking to do precision mechanical parts, or highly controlled engineering style modeling, or full sculpting where every surface needs to be manually defined. That's just not the type of work that this is built for. And it also does not replace Aspire. But what it does change is when Aspire becomes necessary. A lot of people are going to be able to get way further with VCarve now before they ever need to upgrade. EasyCreate removes one of the biggest barriers in CNC, and that is creating your own custom 3D models. You don't need to be a 3D artist. You don't need to spend days 3D modeling. You just need an idea or a picture. So to sum it all up, Vectric EasyCreate is not just another AI tool. For VCarve users especially, it opens the door to custom 3D work in a way that we never had before. And as AI tools like this keep evolving, there's a lot more coming that I'm sure will make this even better in the future. I'm currently working on a new course called AI for CNC Makers, where I'll be going deeper into tools like this and showing practical real-world ways to use AI with your CNC workflow. If that sounds interesting to you, you can join the waitlist using the link in the description. If you want to keep learning, check out one of the videos on your screen, and I'll see you in the next one.